to see you again. Happy Wednesday, 28th day of October 2020. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, your host. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Life channel. Got some good stuff for you today. A lot of news to get to. If you haven't stepped outside yet on this Wednesday morning, it is considerably warmer today than it was yesterday at this time. It's 36 degrees outside of our studios. We did it again yesterday. 3 days in a row with record low temperatures. We tied the record low on Sunday. We tied the record low on Monday. Yesterday, we broke the record. We got down to 24 degrees, which was a new record low for October 27th. We've been dealing with some very chilly weather. Nothing like Montana. I think the temperature in Potomac, Montana a couple of days ago got down to minus 29. So be happy you don't live in eastern Montana. And we didn't even get to 40 degrees for the high yesterday, but we're going to see a gradual warming trend and right through the week and the rest of the week and into the weekend. We're going to warm up quite a bit. In fact, we'll see temperatures above normal by the time we get to the weekend, but we still have that air stagnation advisory. That is still in effect and will continue till 11 o'clock on Friday morning. And Friday is when a weak system is going to come in and knock out the high pressure. So we still have that inversion going on. And some pretty dirty air. In fact, real quickly, I have it in the Wenatchee Valley right now. Our air quality is at 75 on the scale, the WAQA scale. That is moderate. However, up in Omak, you're at 153. That's unhealthy. Again, no place for the pollutants to go. The lid is on. The pollutants go up, they hit the lid, they go right back down again, be it wood-burning stoves, carbon monoxide, you know the drill. So we still have that stagnant air. Going to have to deal with it for another couple of days, and then it will dissipate over the weekend. Complete forecast details are coming up. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Haven't said that in 32 years, but the Dodgers finally won the World Series. We'll have reaction from both the Dodgers and the Rays. I don't even want to get into what the Rays did when they pulled their starting pitcher last night in the sixth inning. He was mowing the Dodgers down. They believe in analytics in Tampa Bay, but backfired on them in a big way yesterday. They're going to lament that decision. Also, we have the obscure holiday today in history. Everyone is entitled to Mike Minotti's opinion. Some celebrity birthdays. And in the back half of the hour, Ginny Kerstetter will be joining us. She dropped by a couple of days ago. We recorded our conversation with Ginny. Of course, she's part of the Hope Care Clinic group. They do good work for people who need good work, healthcare-wise. We'll talk to Ginny in the back half of the show. All right, 3 minutes after the hour, let's take our tour. That's where we always begin. And, of course, the cross camera gets to do the honors. And, yes, it is considerably warmer than it was yesterday. This is a bizarre phenomenon. It's a little windy in Ellensburg right now. There's a west-northwest wind at 17 miles an hour. It's a warm wind. Ellensburg is at 50 degrees as we speak. That's bizarre. Manson 33, Lake Chelan 34, Kashmir 35 again. Here in downtown Wenatchee, 36 degrees. By the way, this air stagnation advisory that I just mentioned, it's not for everybody. It's only for the following areas. All right. Colville, Deer Park, Chewelah, Newport, Kettle Falls, Republic, Wakanda, Wenatchee, Chelan, Antioch, Kashmir, Leavenworth, Mazama, Twisp, Winthrop, Stehekin, Concanelli, Omak, Okanagan, Brewster, Bridgeport, Orville, Nespelem, Waterville, and Mansfield. Just those areas. So if you don't live in those areas, you're good to go. Camera number 2. Let's see where we're off to. Oh, wow, that's pretty. That is really cool. I don't know what we're looking at, but I'm liking that. What are we looking at, Megan? That's the Manson Water Tower camera. Wow, gorgeous stuff. Looks like Megan has that pointed down towards the bottom of Lake Chelan, because I'm pretty sure that's the butte. That's about in the middle of your picture there. Look at the cloud. That is really cool. Phenomenal stuff. And we're still a ways from sunrise. Sunrise this morning, 7:39. Sunset tonight, 5:49, 10 hours and 10 minutes of daylight. Of course, everything gets cattywampus come Sunday when we get rid of daylight saving time and go back to standard time. Our sunrises and sunsets will be altered. Beautiful view there. Gorgeous stuff. Camera number 3. Another cool view of something. That's the Wenatchee Heights. Wow. Okay. That's cool. Is that the east camera, the lower one? Wow, we haven't used that one in a while. We have 2 cameras up on the heights. We have one that we call the cross camera. Then we have a secondary camera that's located about 500-600 yards to the east of it and on a slightly lower bluff. as we look out over the East Wenatchee bench. We haven't used that camera in a long time. That's just beautiful. Camera 4. I can't wait. What do we got now? That's sunrise over a beautiful area known as, that's Rude Canyon. Okay. Hi, Rude Canyon. How you doing? Beautiful view there. Somewhere down there is some houses and some towers and some things like that. Rude Canyon is a beautiful area indeed. And that is a phenomenal sunrise coming our way. And we've had some pretty cool sunsets too. We usually don't get cool sunsets. Usually the sunset's like turning off a light bulb, but we've had some nice sunrises, no question about that. 6 minutes after the hour, a couple of slides. Again, air stagnation going on all this week. I just checked again with the Washington State Department of Ecology's website. We're at 75. That's moderate. That's here in the Wenatchee Valley. But OMAC at 153, that is unhealthy. Unhealthy air up in the OMAC area. And of course, that's a narrow valley. And so the pollutants really get a chance to get trapped there. You got the cold air trapped under warm air and no real wind. So you got wood fires and carbon monoxide gets trapped close to the surface and the air quality degrades. And there we go, stagnant air until we get to Friday afternoon. And of course, a friendly reminder about daylight saving time. It ends Sunday at 2 a.m. So at 2 a.m. we do it all over again. We do 2 a.m. and then we do 2 a.m. again. And of course, as you can see, we'll change our sunrises and sunsets just in time for the weekend. I still see people making the same mistake. I see major media outlets and all kinds of posts and things that pluralize savings. It's not savings, it's daylight saving time. It's not plural, but still, people keep making that mistake. Oh well, what do you do? The whole thing is silly. We should not turn our clocks back and forward and back, and you do the hokey pokey. It's just silly to me. Anyway, that's just me. Don't get me started. I don't have a lot of pet peeves, but manipulating the clock just doesn't swing it. We're going to take a break, except we're going to have a forecast to show for you first. And it looks like this. 47 degrees for our afternoon high, mixture of clouds and sun. That's still below normal. 39 for the overnight low. We'll have the blanket, so it's going to warm us up, keep us mild at night. 56 is just about normal, so beautiful day on Thursday. 39 for the overnight low. Could see some light rain just around the valley proper. A little bit of light snow on the east slopes of the Cascades expected perhaps later on Friday with a high of 58. Beautiful weekend coming our way. Saturday, sunshine, 57. Sunshine Sunday, 58. Looking good once we get through one more day of below normal temperatures. Then we get to normal. Then we go above normal after record-breaking low temperatures. And of course, Saturday is Halloween. Sunday is November 1st. And November is going to come in like a lamb. All right. 8 minutes after the hour, going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have your news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I'm a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Businesses and individuals have trusted the experienced professionals at Financial Alternatives for their retirement and investment needs for 40 years. They offer a broad range of investments, annuities, and insurance solutions for people and businesses throughout Washington. Financial Alternatives will assist you in making informed decisions for your future. Call Financial Alternatives today and meet with their advisors.
Minutes after the hour, 34 degrees now outside of our studios. Mid-40s, mixture of clouds and sun. Will be in the mid-50s by Thursday. Bountiful sunshine for the weekend. And again, we still have that air stagnation advisory, which will go through Friday about 11 in the morning. And then it should improve our air quality. Here are your headlines. Grand County Health District officials have created a graphic that shows just how quickly and widely COVID-19 can spread in a community. One case called the Index case led to a cluster of 38 more known positive tests. Now, this has been mostly through community and family gatherings. 3 of the people in the cluster were hospitalized with the virus, one of whom did not attend the original event. The district said there are probably more untested cases of the virus connected to the cluster. Since last Friday, Grant County has reported 24 new cases of the coronavirus. There are currently 11 Grant County residents hospitalized with COVID-19. The Chelan-Douglas Health District is offering another round of free drive-through COVID-19 testing. It's happening this week here in Wenatchee, today through Friday. Anybody can stop by Wenatchee High School. It's a self-administered test. Today and tomorrow, the testing is from 1 to 7. On Friday, it'll be from 9 a.m. to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The Health District has been offering the free community-wide testing in towns throughout Chelan and Douglas counties. Wenatchee and East Wenatchee has been the focus over the past couple of weeks. An Othello man was killed Monday night when his 1997 Toyota Camry collided with a dairy truck. This happened near Royal City in Grant County. The Washington State Patrol said the driver of the Camry, 31-year-old Payan Midariel, ran a stop sign at the intersection of Highway 262 and Highway 26 and struck the rear trailer of the dairy truck. Midariel was pronounced dead at the scene. The highway was partially blocked from about 6 in the evening when the accident happened until 11 o'clock at night as crews cleared that wreckage. For the past couple of weeks, law enforcement officers in Grant County have been taking on the push-up challenge in an effort to raise money for veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome. It's called the Mission 22 Challenge. Moses Lake Police calling out the Grant County Sheriff Office's Alpha Crew. Those deputies, they were up to the task. They donated $25 and they did 25 push-ups. All of that under the watchful eye of K9 Hawk, who was then coaxed into doing some push-ups of his own. Take a look.
Deputy McDonald, the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
I'm Erica Aldaco with the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
I'm Deputy Erica with the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
Corporal Jason Ball with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. We were challenged by Captain Dave Sands with the Moses Lake Police Department to do the Mission 22 Challenge for PTSDs for veterans. So Captain Sands, challenge accepted.
That's pretty cool. Though the Chelan-Douglas Health District has advised parents not to let their kids go trick-or-treating this Halloween, District spokeswoman Veronica Farias says there are a lot of other fun and safe activities available.
As Halloween approaches, this year brings new challenges to ensuring the health and safety of our community. Hi, I'm Veronica, Communications Director for Chelan-Douglas Health District. Chelan-Douglas Health District recommends community members rethink their Halloween traditions and asks that families celebrate Halloween close to home, foregoing the traditional trick-or-treating. And to help you out, we have some creative ideas on how to keep it safe and fun this Halloween. Visit a local pumpkin patch. Bring a pumpkin home to carve. Remember, when outside your home, always wear a cloth mask and maintain social distancing, even in the outdoors. Put a new twist on trick-or-treating. Try a candy scavenger hunt in your yard, or fill a piñata and watch the candy fly. Throw a Halloween movie marathon. Break out the popcorn and settle in for the night with kid-friendly favorites or spine chillers, or both. If you feel the need to go out, choose a safe, socially distanced event, like the Candy Cruz in downtown Wenatchee. The Candy Cruz will be held in 3 locations on Halloween. Children will receive candy from within the safety of their own vehicles. Don't forget to wear your cloth mask. So put the emphasis on safety this Halloween. With a little creativity, this can be a Halloween to remember. Happy Halloween from the Chelan Douglas Health District.
Good advice from Veronica. The Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest is recognizing National Bat Week this week, and they're doing it by putting a positive spotlight on the much maligned mammal. The Forest Service points out that bats provide pollination, pest control, seed dispersal. Among the facts being shared by the Forest Service is that bats can consume their weight in insects in one night of feeding. And when they're born, bats can weigh 1/3 of their mother's body weight. That's the equivalent of a 100-pound woman having a 33-pound baby. The Forest Service points out that more than half the bat species in this country are in severe decline or listed as endangered. And finally, Wenatchee's Gene Jessup has documented his days as a smoke jumper for the U.S. Forest Service. He wrote a book. It's called Between Heaven and Earth, The Adventures of a Smoke Jumper. He was hired, Jessup was, as a smoke jumper back in 1955 at the age of 17. He began writing short stories of his adventures that eventually led to his book. And a couple of weeks ago, he sat down with me on this very program and mentioned what a tight-knit group smoke jumpers are.
I never feared for my life. I trusted the aircraft, the pilot, the people, the parachute. I trusted them implicitly. In 1958, when I was there, we had a smoke jumper plane crashed, and 4 of our friends were killed in that crash. And that was a traumatic experience in that we had lost people that we really cared for and loved. But even out of that, the 22 rookie jumpers who were on that fire went back, completed their training, and made their jumps. So it's I don't know, I guess it's the camaraderie and you know, I'm going to complete my jumps, come hell or high water.
By the way, Gene's working on another book, hopes to have it published in the next couple of months or so. And when that happens, we'll have Gene back on this program. And those are your headlines. At 17 minutes after the hour, we will have a newscast for you. We always do. Well, except on holidays. We like our 3-day weekends as much as anybody. Grant Olson is our anchor, and he's going to preview tonight's evening news.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, not only are we warming up in weather, our temperatures will be above normal by the end of the week and this weekend. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will take a look at last night's Game 6 of the World Series in his sports report. That and all the day's news coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope to see you then. Dan?
Thank you. Grant will be in an exceptionally good mood because he's a Dodger fan for the first time in 32 years. He can celebrate a world championship. Congratulations, Grant. He's going to be in a good mood today. Look at the bottom of your screen. That's all the different ways you can get a hold of us. You can get a hold of us via our Facebook page. You can email us directly, news@ncwlife.com, or you can use our website and click on the Contact Us icon. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the World Series and the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll have the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike Minotti's opinion and my conversation with Ginny Kerstetter, all between now and the top of the hour. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Pybus Public Market's motto is where community meets. Whether it's people, enjoying an event, or they meet a colleague for coffee and whip out their laptop and are able to actually do work here. Having quick and reliable Wi-Fi is one of the things that makes Pybus such a great community hub. It just contributes to the welcoming place that we want Pybus to be. I'm Allie, and fiber keeps people connected, and that's what Pybus Market is all about.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Back at it, 20 minutes after the hour. The Dodgers are the champions of the baseball world. They won the World Series last night for the 7th time in franchise history. First time since 1988. 3-1 the final. Dodgers over the Rays in Game 6 last night. Controversy? Oh, baby. In the 6th inning, Rays manager Kevin Cash pulled his starting pitcher Blake Snell for reliever Nick Anderson. Now, that's what Cash does. They do analytics in Tampa Bay, and they do it normally well, but I don't know. Snell was cruising right along, 5 1/3 innings of work. He allowed just 1 run, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts. In comes Nick Anderson, who gave up 2 runs, and well, the Dodgers were on their way. Cash says he understands the criticism that has come his way.
Personally, I felt Blake had done his job and then some. Mookie coming around for the 3rd time through. I value that. I totally respect and understand the questions that come with it. Blake gave us every opportunity to win. He was outstanding. They're not easy decisions. And that's where I came to the decision. I felt it was best after the guy got on base. Barnes hit the single. Didn't want Mookie or Seager seeing Blake a 3rd time.
Definitely disappointed, upset. I don't know. I just want the ball. I felt good. I did everything I could to, prove my case to stay out there. And then for us to lose, it sucks. It's not, I don't really know what to say, I want to win, and I want to win the World Series, and that's the goal. So for us to lose, it just sucks. I'm not going to question him. He's a hell of a manager, so I'm not going to question him. And I wanted to keep going, man. I felt so confident, how I adjusted through seeing him a 2nd time and what I was going to be able to do a 3rd time. Like, man, I believed a lot in myself and what I did to, hopefully see him a 3rd time through and a 4th time if needed. I wanted to go that whole game. That was everything I wanted to do was just, burn the tank and see how far I could go.
Corey Seager voted the MVP of the World Series. He batted 406 games, had a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs after the game, as you might imagine. Corey Seager, manager Dave Roberts of the Dodgers, pretty happy.
I had a crazy feeling that came to fruition, and it's just a special group of players, organization, just all that we've kind of overcome. I just knew that we weren't going to be denied this year. You know what? I'm kind of looking at everyone and celebrating everyone else. So it's sinking in pretty quickly, and I'm obviously over the moon and happy for Julio and, Clayton, that, when people talk about him, it's World Series champion first, then future Hall of Famer, for Kenley, Justin, just everybody. I'm just so excited for all these guys.
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. This team was incredible. All throughout the year, all throughout the postseason, all throughout quarantine, we never stopped. We were ready to go as soon as the bell was called, and once it did, we kept rolling. We had an unbelievable postseason. Both sides of the field. We ran bases, we pitched, we played defense, we hit, we scored runs when we needed to. We were in big places. You can't say enough about what we did this year.
It just means everything. I was traded for to help get us over the hump, and so I just use that as my fuel. And since day one, that's obviously been the goal to win a World Series, and so I'm just happy to be a part of it. We needed to scratch across another run right there, just for like you said, a little insurance, and that time it came with the long ball, but however happened, it just needed to happen.
No, I can't yet. It's just I've been saying World Series champs in my head over and over again, just to see if it'll sink in, and I can't put it into words yet. I'm just so very thankful to be a part of this group of guys, and so very thankful that we get to be on the team that is bringing back a World Series to the Dodger fans after 32 years. And they've waited a long time, and to get to do that, to get to be on the team that did that in LA, you couldn't ask for anything more. It's incredible.
Julio Urias shut the door on the Rays. He was perfect over the final 2 1/3 innings. Not a single base runner even got on board. He struck out 4. In fact, Game 6 of the World Series set an all-time record for strikeouts. Both teams combined for 27 strikeouts. It's worth mentioning that Tampa Bay's lone run came on a first-inning home run by Randy Arozarena. That gave him 3 for the World Series and 10 to the postseason, a record, and he's just a rookie. Congratulations to the Dodgers, the champions of the World Series. And one more interesting postscript. Of course, the World Series and a great deal of the postseason was played at Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas, the brand new home of the Texas Rangers. The Dodgers hit more home runs in Globe Life Field during the postseason than the Rangers did at their own ballpark during the regular season. It's baseball. Congratulations to the Dodgers. Sandy Cooprider was hired to be the baseball coach at Wenatchee Valley College way back in 1971 after years of serving as both the baseball and football coach. He was promoted to athletic director, and 20 years ago, he began developing what is now the sports complex at Wenatchee Valley College that will bear his name. Back in 1991, a 7-acre patchwork of fields on campus that was used by local youth soccer clubs was condemned because the ring of poplar trees around the exterior were dying. That's when Sandy Cooprider came up with a pretty cool idea.
All of a sudden, this idea came. I says, well, why couldn't I convert this into a sports complex? Not knowing the enormity of what I was about to endure. So I got a hold of one of my friends, and he was an architect, and I told him what I wanted to do. He drew up some plans, some rough plans at the time. And the idea was to put in a baseball, soccer, softball complex right on where the field is now. The Mike Hollis came later, okay? So as we started to evolve, I got a hold of a friend of mine that knew a lumberjack that was a guy that could fell trees. I asked him to come out. Can you give me a bid on cutting these trees down, which were huge? And he looked at it, and I told him what I was trying to do. Okay, build a facility that's going to be for the youth of this valley. And he said, I'll cut down the trees for $500. I said, whoa. I said, that's unbelievable.
There was a problem, however, when it came to removing said poplar trees. Cooprider said there's a way around any roadblock.
This guy came out. He was, he's a little guy. He's about 5'6", 5'7", but he wasn't little. I'll tell you what, he brought a chainsaw I have never seen the sights of before. It must have had a 6-foot arm on it. He started, revving that thing up, and lo and behold, we had a couple of our local artists that were protesting the cutting down of these trees because they love to draw them in the fall because of their aesthetic beauty. And so they're down there, and they said, we're not going to let you cut these trees down. And so the guy that was going to fell the trees, he started that thing up, and he cut his chip in the front, so that you make sure that the tree falls in the right spot. And he starts cutting through that thing. I'm going to tell you what, he's just slicing through it. And he stops right before he felt like it was going to fall. He says, ladies, this is going to fall, so you better move. And so they weren't going to move. So he said, it's coming down. And so they took off, and they ran to the side. So it took him about 3 or 4 days to cut all the trees down.
So the trees are down, then you have to bring in the big equipment. You got to take the trees out, you got to rip up the stumps, you got to move the dirt, all that stuff, and that's when local companies like Selling Construction, Pipkin Construction, and Goodfellow Brothers came in and helped make these fields come to life. Cooprider said the entire project got zero money from the college or the state, so it was up to Sandy and a group of local benefactors to come up with the money to pay for the complex. We'll have more on that story tomorrow here on the NCW Life channel. It's a cool story. Trying desperately to find a pass rush, the Seahawks have added Damon Snacks Harrison off the practice squad. They did that yesterday. They added him to the roster, so to make room, they waived defensive tackle Anthony Rush. Harrison is a former All-Pro with the Detroit Lions. He's been on Seattle's practice squad trying to get into game shape for the past 3 weeks. The Seahawks currently ranked 29th in the NFL in sacking the opposing team's quarterback. They're dead last in the league in total yards allowed and passing yards allowed per game. They're hoping Harrison can help, getting ready to host the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday afternoon. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at the bottom of the hour. The obscure holiday is, I think, a holiday that everybody can agree on. It is National Chocolate Day. I don't know anybody who doesn't love chocolate. Chocolate's old, goes way back. The very first cultivation of the cocoa bean, which is pretty much essential to make chocolate, goes back to 1250 BC, maybe even earlier than that. That's just as far as they can actually determine. Of course, the cocoa bean and the tree is native to Mexico and Central and South America. The Aztecs, of course, played a significant role in how to make chocolate from the cocoa bean. In fact, they even used the cocoa beans for currency back in the day, the Aztecs did. It takes about 400 beans off a cocoa tree to make a single pound of chocolate. And despite the fact that it's native to Central America and southern Mexico, 70% of the world's supply now comes from Africa. The leading producer of the cocoa bean, which eventually becomes chocolate, is the Ivory Coast. 30% of the world's chocolate comes from the Ivory Coast in Africa. National Chocolate Day 2020. Man, that looks good for you sweet tooth people out there. Kind of getting into the hot chocolate kind of weather anyway, isn't it? 31 minutes after the hour. Today in history, happy birthday, Fair Harvard. Harvard University. Yes, October 28th, 1636. Wow, that's a long time ago. 384 years, to be exact. The Massachusetts Bay Colony, Massachusetts wasn't even a state yet, they decided they wanted to open a theological college. It would eventually become Harvard University. It is the oldest institution of higher learning in this country. It is 384 years old today. Harvard's endowment is almost $42 billion. That is by far the largest endowment of any academic institution in this country. And if you want to be a success in life, you might want to consider going to Harvard. Only about 5% of the people who apply to Harvard actually get in, but Harvard alumni include 8 U.S. presidents, 22 Supreme Court justices, more than 30 heads of state of foreign countries, 188 living billionaires, 364 Rhodes Scholars, 160 Nobel laureates, and 48 Pulitzer Prize winners, graduates of Fair Harvard. 384 years old today. Happy birthday to the Statue of Liberty. They had the party, finally, on October 28, 1886, 134 years ago. Of course, it took a while. The French made the statue and just gave it to the United States. It was just a gift. Of course, the United States had to build a pedestal to put Lady Liberty on, and that took a while, but they finally got around to doing that. And of course, the most ironic thing, the dedication ceremonies were held on this date in New York Harbor with President Cleveland presiding. The Statue of Liberty is, after all, a woman, a lady. How many ladies were invited to the opening ceremonies, the dedication of the Statue of Liberty on this date in 1886? You can count them on 0 fingers. Not one. But there were protesters. Yeah, some women went out on a boat and protested because they wanted the right to vote, but no women were actually invited. Oops. Prohibition. It's on its way. Yep, October 28th, 1919, the Congress passed the Volstead Act. They overrode President Wilson's veto, and that meant there was no turning back now. Prohibition would begin the following January. Woodrow Wilson was right. He said it's not going to work. It just isn't going to work. You can't just prohibit people from consuming alcoholic beverages and the manufacture thereof, and he was right. But it came anyway, October 28th, 1919. And the Cuban Missile Crisis finally came to an end on October 28th, 1962. Man, people were nervous back then. Nikita Khrushchev, the premier of the Soviet Union, said, okay, we're going to take down our missile bases in Cuba, and let's all go back to watching the Andy Griffith Show. But for those who lived through it, they say it was pretty nerve-wracking 4 or 5 days there. We were on the cusp of war. Birthdays. Normally somebody who invents a vaccine or leads the team that invents a vaccine doesn't really become a big celebrity. Big difference. Jonas Salk did become a ginormous celebrity. He was born in the state of 1914. Of course, he led the team that developed the polio vaccine, became a worldwide celebrity. In the 1950s, he was about as well known as anybody in the world. Jonas Salk, who obviously left his mark on mankind, lived 80 wonderful years, died in 1995. He was born in the state of 1914. Lenny Wilkens, the most popular member of the late-lamented Seattle Supersonics, coached 2,487 games in the NBA. That's more than any other coach in NBA history. A 13-time All-Star. Of course, he was the coach of the 1979 world champion Seattle Supersonics, and he is a 3-time inductee into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame as a player and twice as a coach. Lenny Wilkens, 83 years old today. Bruce, now Caitlyn Jenner, 71. No comment. Happy birthday, Caitlyn. Bill Gates, 65 years old today. Life's been good for Bill. There he is. He's worth $96 billion. He's the second wealthiest person in the world. Jeff Bezos from Amazon surpassed him a few years back. Of course, Bill Gates has been spending the vast majority of his time giving away the vast majority of his money. Not bad. Happy 65th to Bill. Brad Paisley, 48 years old. Today, he's done something that nobody has ever done in the history of country music. He had 10 consecutive songs go to #1 on the Billboard Country Chart, a remarkable achievement. He's 48. And Joaquin Phoenix, one of my favorite actors, is 46 years old today. He's got a mantle full of awards, and he earned every one of them. 36 minutes after the hour, Mike McNally's got an opinion. And then during the conversation portion of this program, we're going to hear from Ginny Kerstetter from the Hope Care Clinic. Important information from Ginny coming your way. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Martin Scott Winery has a fantastic view overlooking the Columbia River to Mission Ridge and beyond. See and taste for yourself the magic of Martin Scott wines. Sharing the view just south of Martin Scott is Bianchi Vineyards. Doug and Kim make you feel right at home at Bianchi Vineyards and offer new varietals you won't find anywhere else. Across the river and against the rock cliffs west of Malaga is Malaga Springs Winery. This beautiful winery can be described as an oasis in the desert. Enjoy an afternoon at Malaga Springs Winery.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, independent agent at Springwater Insurance Group. And for next year's plans, there's some really special ones coming out. One in particular has no premium to it. 0 premium. That's pretty neat, especially if you're a veteran who has TRICARE or VA or CHAMPS VA, because you can utilize 2 plans at the same time. If you have questions about this and like more information, give us a call at 888-2600.
The Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center brings you Vibrant Motion, a new hour-long exercise program featuring local instructors Connie Townsend and Pat Robbins. Each week, we'll bring you a new episode with aerobics or Tai Chi. We promise you'll get a heart-pumping, low-impact workout regardless of your age. Join us for Vibrant Motion, weekdays on the NCW Life channel. Check your program guide for airtimes.
This November, the lives of millions of unborn children are at stake in elections across our country. Before you vote, find out which candidates support life and which support abortion, the taking of an innocent life in the womb. Remember, an unborn baby's heart starts to beat at just 6 weeks. Wenatchee Right to Life supports life from conception to natural death. Join us. Vote for life.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. This fall, be still my heart, but we have Donald Trump running against Joe Biden. Trump the pig against Creepy Joe. Good grief, America, is this the best we can do? Why is it that over the recent years we've had horrible choices to make when there are, I believe, competent, capable people of integrity who many of us would be happy to vote for? Like Condoleezza Rice, for example. I'd vote for her in a heartbeat. But I suspect that when her term as Secretary of State was done, she had the brains to flee the swamp and get out of Dodge. Now, maybe that's the problem. The smart, intelligent, and capable people don't want the job. That could be it. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
With 2 years as our 12th District State Representative and 16 years as a Chelan County Commissioner, Keith Gaynor is one of the most qualified candidates this district has ever sent to Olympia. With schools starting to gradually reopen, the next challenge we face is how to best reinvigorate our local economies. We must allow our small businesses to safely and fully reopen so they can get back to doing what they do best. Since the pandemic, Keith has shown proven leadership and believes that the state needs to recognize the value of all businesses in our district. Vote for Keith Gaynor as our 12th District State Representative.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Integrative Chiropractic Clinic and Rehab now offers more services. If you've been injured on the job, in an auto accident, have a sports injury, call today and try his wraparound services. Latimer Chiropractic Clinic has added a physician's assistant and a naturopath to their medical lineup. From needing stress relief from a busy life to looking at core health issues, stop by Latimer's Integrative Chiropractic Clinic on Mission, where they are committed to doing more so you can too.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in north central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Welcome back to Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. I love it when Ginny Kerstetter reaches out to me, says, hey, what's happening? You want to help the Hope Care Clinic? And I can't say no to Ginny Kerstetter. She's been on the show enough. I don't get to see her as much as I used to, which is kind of a bummer, but in this COVID world, it is what it is. But Ginny reached out to me about a week and a half ago and said, hey, we got a big fundraiser for Hope Care Clinic coming up. And I said, come on down and be a TV star, Ginny. Again. Ginny Kerstetter, how are you?
I am well, thank you.
It's been a long, long time. First of all, the Hope Care Clinic was formerly the Lighthouse Clinic, affiliated with the Lighthouse. You stepped out on your own at the beginning of the year to do your own thing.
Correct.
And you were going great guns, and then boom, here comes COVID, and everything kind of fell apart a little bit, so to speak. So let's get caught up. Hope Care Clinic. Give us just for those people who are not familiar with Hope Care Clinic, fill in the blanks on what you do.
So we started as Lighthouse Clinic, like you mentioned, in July 2014, and we opened to serve the underinsured and uninsured of North Central Washington. And so we operated up till, like I said, January 1st as Lighthouse Clinic, and then we became our own 501c3 entity as of the 1st of January. Obviously, it looks totally different now. We are serving still the same population, but in a greater need because of the, uninsured, and has become greater because of the higher unemployment. We do medical and dental down there. Basic medical, you come in with a cough, you come in with needing sutures, that type of thing. Dental, we do extractions and we do restorative. And so we have been open in our new location since July of 2019. We moved over to 410 South Columbia Street. And that's where we're serving now. So
Obviously, the question would be, where are the doctors and the dentists and the medical assistants coming from to do the good work that Hope Care Clinic does? How are you staffed?
from our local community here. You know, all of our dentists are local dentists, all of our providers are local providers, same thing with nurses, medical assistants, dental assistants, hygienists, so.
How's business, Ginny?
Business is different, but business is good. So obviously COVID hit us in March, so unfortunately we had to close. Even though we were considered an essential business, we had to close our doors because probably 80% of our volunteers were in that high-risk category. But it just meant that we had to get creative when we reopened in July. So we closed our doors for about 4 months, and then we started brainstorming on how can we reopen to continue serving our community. So it's actually been a blessing because we were able to reach out to the local dentists here and ask that they volunteer once a month, once every other month, and just put them in a rotating pool. And so same thing with providers. And as you know, there's a lot of telehealth now on the medical side as well as on the dental side. Our dental director is one of those high-risk care in the high-risk category. So what he does is he does all the triaging from his home, and then he gives them an appointment, which we were not appointment pre-COVID. It was first come, first serve. You know, our waiting room would fill up with 8 to 10 patients.
And you can't do that now.
We cannot do that now. So it's actually really nice though, because we set up the appointment, the patient comes in, they're brought back to the treatment room, and then by the time that patient's done being served, then the next patient has come in. But it's actually made our job a whole lot easier.
I was going to say the dentist has a chance to pre-vet the condition with one's mouth by doing all this instead of showing up and you're in the chair and he's looking at your mouth for the first time. He has a general idea what's happening.
Correct. Yeah.
So in that respect, it was kind of a good idea.
It is, yeah, and it has actually worked out really well because again, they've been triaged prior to coming in, and then obviously the dentist that's on that night has the final say on the treatment plan. So
what did you do for that time between the time COVID hit and the time you were partially able to reopen your doors in the summertime? Because the need was always there, and then when COVID hit, the need for your services at the Hope Care Clinic increased probably 5-fold, and yet you weren't open. So how did you get through that period between March and July?
Yeah, so we did. We spent a lot of time in meetings, a lot of times via Zoom, you know, as staff and our directors and stuff, and spent a lot of time trying to figure out a new game plan, one that was going to sustain us into COVID, you know, past COVID. And so even with the appointments now, we're going to continue to do this model even after COVID, you know. It's worked out much better. You know, we feel like that patients aren't sitting in the waiting room for 2-3 hours, you know, because it is first come, first serve. Everybody would show up at 5 o'clock and then sit there possibly till 7:30 to be seen. So yeah, we spent a lot of time just figuring out a game plan. And, you know, just working with our staff, and, you know, obviously some of them were hesitant to come back. So not only did we have to follow the CDC guidelines, we also have to follow the ADA, which is the American Dental Association guidelines too.
How do patients end up on your radar for Hope Care Clinic to begin with? How do they know that you exist? How does the marriage work there, patients to clinic?
Yeah, we have a lot of referrals from the community, whether it be from local dentists or whether it be from Confluence Health. You know, some are maybe receiving chemotherapy treatment, and so they need to have these teeth extracted before they can start their treatment, and so Confluence will refer patients over, and word of mouth, truthfully. You know, we
Pardon
can do
the pun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're a 501(c)(3), you're no longer affiliated with the Lighthouse. So the obvious question is, where does the money come from? Are you getting good at writing grant applications, or how do you keep the coffers full so you guys can stay in business?
Yeah, we took a real hit during COVID. We really did. We lost, I would say probably 10 to 15% of our donor base. But you know what? We're counting on our businesses and community and individuals that's one of the reasons we had this live concert planned in May. It was canceled due to COVID, so now we've taken it virtual.
Well, let's talk about what's going to happen on November 20th, 2020 at 6:30 in the afternoon. It's a virtual benefit concert. All of the proceeds to benefit the Hope Care Clinic. You got some talented folks lined up and said, I'm in to give you folks a hand. How's this? So talk about the virtual concert on November 20th.
Yeah, so right now we're, obviously 3 weeks out from that, but it's coming up quickly. But we have some very talented local artists and fine musicians. And we have American Sign Language and some vocalists coming. So yeah, Kathy Vovoda and Gordon Schuster are two of our pianists that have volunteered their time and talents with us. And we will be streaming it on our Facebook page. And all the proceeds will go, back into the clinic to support the work we do there. As you know, we do charge a very, very small fee for medical and dental, but if anybody comes through the door that can't pay, this is why we do what we do, the fundraising we do, so that those patients can be seen regardless of their ability to pay.
And as you mentioned this before when I've had Ginny on the show, usually the vast majority of your patients say, I don't have a lot of money, but here's some.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they understand there is some give and take involved in all that, but nobody is turned away.
No.
So, but even those people who just don't have a great deal of means do their very best to help you guys out.
Yep.
But it's those people who have more means that really need to help them out. Is the entire entertainment lineup set, ready to go, or do you still have room for a few more talented people?
We
You're
have
good to go?
everything ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing the talent and sharing that talent with our community.
So virtually means the vast majority, if not all, of this benefit concert is going to be taped in advance in different sections and different locations, and then put all together for one show, right?
Yes, so we will have our talent will be pre-recorded, and then we will have a live MC the day of the event that will be live, and also our testimonials from various patients.
And my guess is getting testimonials wasn't that hard to do.
No.
No, because people.
It's hard. The hardest part is deciding who to use.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's a champagne problem to have. One more thing, our good friends at the Community Foundation of North Central Washington, they do their weekly Give NCW campaign. They take one deserving nonprofit and they set aside that week to spotlight them. And you folks are going to be part of the Give NCW campaign the last week in November, right?
Yes, it runs Thanksgiving through the end of the year, December 31st.
And how does that work for you guys? The foundation puts aside extra money, or you can donate specifically to Hope Care Clinic through the foundation? How does that work?
Yes, so what happens is obviously this year, because of COVID, things have been so much different this year, but they are accepting all nonprofits as recipients this year. And then you can go on to their website and to the Give NCW campaign, and you can give to your nonprofit of choice.
You can earmark whichever one you want, and you guys are right there.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
And if people just want to help out Hope Care Clinic, they don't. I have no specific medical or dental training, but I got spare change sitting around, and it's that time of the year anyway. What does one go about? Just helping you out, right? Cutting you a check, that kind of deal.
Yeah. So you can go to hopecareclinic.com/give, and right there on our website. So.
Cool. Can you come in one more time as we get closer to the concert to really plant that seed, maybe the week of leading up to Thanksgiving, have you in one more time just to remind people of it?
Yeah, I would love to.
So, and keep us up to date on the Hope Care Clinic.
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
I'm glad you guys are doing the best you can under the circumstances, but you guys have been at this for 6 years. 5 affiliated with the Lighthouse, and now a year pretty much on your own 2 feet, and you seem to be doing all right.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And kudos to all the medical and dental people who are donating their time and their professional skills to help out those people who need these medical procedures done, but they can't afford to do it. Ginny, come back and see me, okay?
I will do
You promise?
that. Thank you, Dan.
Okay. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family. Green Motion e-bikes is located right downtown on the corner of Palouse and Wenatchee Avenue.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I-dos to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
And we are back. As you can see, a little layer of clouds, fog, what have you on this Wednesday morning. Again, we still have that air stagnation advisory. It began a couple of days ago. It's been extended or will last until 11 a.m. on Friday. And that looks just about the perfect timing because we are expecting the system to come in and stir things up a little bit. In the meantime, we got that inversion. We got that stagnant air through the rest of this week. Last I checked from the Washington State Department of Ecology here in downtown Wenatchee, our air quality is at 74 on the WAQA scale. That is moderate, but the bad air is up in Omak, 153 on that scale. That makes the air in the Omak-Okanagan Valley unhealthy or considerably better. Down here, the air stagnation advisory, as I mentioned before, isn't for everybody in our viewing area. It's only for the following areas: Colville, Deer Park, Chewelah, Newport, Kettle Falls, Republican, Chelan, Wakanda, Wenatchee, Chelan, Antioch, Cashmere, Leavenworth, Mazama, Twist, Winthrop, Stehekin, Concanelli, Omak, Okanagan, Brewster, Bridgeport, Orville, Nispelem, Waterville, and Mansfield. There you go. And we can say goodbye to daylight saving time on Sunday. It's back to standard time at 2 o'clock. It becomes 2 o'clock all over again. It's going to make our sunrises and sunsets a little off kilter for a couple of days. But remember that hour that we gave away back in March? We get it back on Sunday, which will be 25 hours long. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that forecast one more time from the National Weather Service. It is considerably warmer right now, 35 degrees. We'll get up to 47 today. We only hit 39 yesterday. And yeah, we set a new record low yesterday of 24 degrees. So 3 days in a row, we set or tied record low temperatures. That's not going to happen anymore. We're going to stay fairly mild, 39 for the overnight low tonight. 56 gobs of gooey good sunshine on Thursday. We're liking that. Again, just about the 40-degree mark for the overnight low. Friday is when this weak system comes in. It's not packing a big punch, but it's going to be big enough to stir things up, mix up the dirty air, get it on out of here. 58 for our high, maybe some light rain for the valley, a little bit of light snow in the upper elevations. Beautiful weekend coming our way. Look at Saturday. Lots of sunshine for Halloween, a high of about 57 degrees and sunshine on November 1st, Sunday, and a high of 58. Speaking of Halloween, trick-or-treating downtown in a modified area, in a modified way, will be the topic tomorrow with my conversation with Linda Haglund from the WDA. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.